This depends all on your flexibility in your shoulders and your chest. Some people can pull just to their clavicle and squeeze their shoulder blades and pull their elbows back and still muscle up. Whereas my chest and shoulder flexibility aren't perfect, so I have to pull below my chest. I want to collaborate with as many people as possible. So if you guys post a video of your one-arm handstand attempts on your page and tag me, I'll remix it so it posts on my page as well. And this will hold me accountable and just overall create a fun atmosphere. One thing that you want to understand is that calisthenics is a form of strength training. So just like weight training, you're going to pretty much apply the same principles of your reps, sets, and weight by incorporating progressive overload. So this means making each week a little harder. In regards to exercise selection, I give the same advice to weightlifting as well. You want to categorize your movements to have the most bang for your buck. So categorize your movements in vertical push, vertical pull, horizontal push, horizontal pull, squat, and hip hinge. That's how I program in the all-around strength program, by choosing exercises in those categories to be time efficient and effective as possible. So in those categories, I choose the handstand push-up, one-arm chin-up, front lever row, and planche push-up. The transition itself is all about forward lean, so place as much weight on your fingertips as possible and lean your shoulders forward more, and that'll help you extend your legs and counterbalance. However, to bridge the gap between those progressions, work on full range of motion. Think of it this way: use static holds to help you learn body position in that transition from tuck to advanced tuck, and you can use bands, but use full range of motion exercises like planche push-ups to help you bridge the gap between those. Como talibou, je m'appelle Eduardo. Como tu t'appelles? This is such a funny coincidence because when we talk about vacations, my son actually brings up London, so I actually want to try and go visit one day, but we probably won't for a while since we have two young ones, but hopefully in the future. The wall is going to be your best friend when it comes to training handstands by yourself, but I always encourage people to practice their cartwheels and their rolls beforehand to build a good base in their body control. I've actually never used them. I've never heard anything about them. I know which ones they are simply because they're recognized, but I don't even know the price point. I'm going to imagine they're overpriced since you can easily build them yourself. Well, protein is essential, so you need it to live. But in regards to strength training, you want to aim for about 0.5 to 1 gram per body weight in pounds. But if you're asking about additional protein like supplements, you definitely don't need it. Well, the perfect setup is the one that's ready and available right now, so that you can start training. You don't have to look for the fanciest piece of equipment. So I'm outside right now, and if I wanted to do dragon flags, I would just use my railing right there to keep me supported. If you have tight hips and you're looking for online tutorials, you're going to be completely disappointed because they're all advanced and extremely difficult. But the easiest way to do anything is to do it in a seated position for beginners. So when you're here, you can move your knee. Thank you. No, in all seriousness, I appreciate it. I really like the compliments. I thrive on positive feedback, so all the comments, compliments definitely encourages me and motivates me to continue posting. So the Big Five is a weightlifting term, but if you're talking about the Big Five in calisthenics, which I assume you are, Phil did a fantastic job of categorizing that. And I do it a little bit differently because I like to involve movement patterns with it. The way I like to categorize it is a bit broader so that there's the chance of variety in skills. So I like to go through vertical push, vertical pull, horizontal push, horizontal pull, squat, hip hinge. And I also like to include core, which fills in the gaps of all of that. I like to break down core through rotation, anti-rotation, flexion, and extension. And the reason I broke it up this way is that so you're confident that you're tackling every muscle in your body and you're choosing exercises that have the most bang for your buck. This is why and how I created the all-around strength program, is to help you guys choose exercises that have the most bang for your buck and carry over to calisthenics skills. In the all-around strength program that you can find more information here, there are progressions for handstand push-ups, planche push-ups, one-arm chin-ups, front lever row, shrimp squats, ATG split squats, human flags, and more. If you have really good technique by leaning your shoulders aggressively forward and bringing your feet closer to your hands, but you're still not getting a float, that's probably because your elbows are moving behind your hands or your heels are moving towards the ground, keeping your weight on your feet. So pulling your head to the side during one-arm chin-ups can be extremely effective for a lot of people. I have some clients that like to do it because they feel like it loads the arm more. I personally am not a fan. I just don't like having so much tension. I just don't like having so much tension throughout my entire body while my neck is rotating like that. Instead, to load my arm more, I would simply push my body out to the side more, or extend my other arm, or even loosen up my grip. This is the beautiful thing about bodyweight training, is that our bodies are just filled with pulleys and fulcrums, and they respond differently for everyone. So when you're doing an exercise, you can modify it according to your comfort level and ability level so that you can make it in a way that feels good for you.